Hello, everyone, and welcome back to T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays, guys. Listen, you guys are watching. We really appreciate it. We thank you for pulling on up to T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays. Guys, we hope that you have your teacups ready, honey, because this tea that we serving tonight is piping hot. Also, guys, make sure that you have your seatbelts buckled and you have those gears in park because this tea we spilling tonight is going to be on point, okay? It's lit tonight. So, guys, listen. Tonight is our season finale of season 2 of T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays. And, guys, we are going to have a 3-week break. But don't worry. We're not leaving y'all without the tea because we're going to reboot for you, okay? So as I said, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. If you could, just a little housekeeping for tonight, make sure you click that notification bell down below so that you're notified each time that we go live. Please also make sure that you like our page. And if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe to our page by hitting that bell. And make sure you hit all so that you get notified every time we go live. And on Facebook, guys, we're asking that you go ahead and share this show tonight because you all know that your peeps on your page love a little of that drizzle too. So make sure y'all drizzle some of this love, this T-Shirts and TT on your timeline because listen, everybody need a little good cup of old-fashioned hot tea, okay? Now, guys, listen, we have a lot in store for you. So I hope y'all ready because it's time to get it going. So tonight, guys, we are going to go ahead and do a review of one of our Black business owners that we featured here on T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays. Her name is Erica Stevens. She is the Black business owner of Bear Sheet 129 Vegan Plant-Based Cuisine and Catering. And guys, at the time that she came, we actually did a live cook show together with you all, for those of you who participated. And at the time, her website was under construction. Well, guys, guess what? Honey, the website is ready. The website is complete and finished. And guys, we want you to see the services that she provides as well as some of her merch because I know y'all need some elderberry syrup. It strengthened those immune systems during this pandemic. Okay, so guys, let's go ahead and head on over to Erica's website so that we can show y'all what's going on. Let's give you the tea on Bear Sheet 129, honey. Y'all see those beautiful colors, that beautiful Bear Sheet 129 logo. And we're going to go ahead and scroll down the page. Yes, Bear Sheet 129, they provide cooking classes, they provide catering services. They're in the process of putting together a food truck for Phoenix, Arizona. They also have a cookbook, which I wish I had here with me. It's in the cabinet. But this is a picture of their cookbooks. Guys, make sure that you go to their website, www.bearsheet129.com. And guys, make sure that you subscribe to their mailing list, their email list. Guys, listen, they have cooking classes for children. They also have reviews. Their cooking classes range from the age of 3 to 10 and ages 11 to 18. So y'all want to make sure that y'all get y'all kids in these lessons. Listen, there's no better way to change generational habits than by training up the children that we have in the proper to take the proper direction when it comes to health and nutrition. And when I tell you that Bear Sheet 129 uses no soy, no fillers, no chemicals, everything is 100% all organic and grown in God's green earth. That's what we'll say. Organically grown. Okay. And guys, also take a look at their promotions page. You can also shop for some merchandise. They have, like I said, elderberry syrup. They have sea moss. They have so many different things on their page. Also, check it. Oh yeah, here it is. Their promotions, their new cookbook. They also have a couple other cookbooks coming up soon. So you want to go ahead and subscribe to that, to their email list, so that you get notified when those new cookbooks hit the market. Okay. There's their cooking classes. They have cooking classes for adults, again, as well as children. And guys, they have the fire starter, fire cider, 5 Thieves. Man, that stuff is so good. It really boosts your immune system. There's the elderberry, and they also provide consultation, free consultations. The initial consultation is free. You can also set apart meal plans, guys. They set apart meal plans as well. So there are so many different services that Bearsheet 129 offers. Guys, listen, y'all need to go ahead and jump on this train, because honey, it's moving. And when they pick up some speed, it's going to be, you're going to be running, trying to hurry up and catch up to them. So go ahead and jump on now. Lock in on these low rates that they're offering for services, because I'm telling you guys, this Bearsheet 129 is blowing up. It's not going to, it's blowing up. Okay. So here it is again. Make sure you go to bearsheet129.com, subscribe to their email list. And guys, we all getting the stimulus checks and income tax returns. Make sure y'all taking some of that money and you're putting it into yourselves, investing into your health and your family's health as well. Take some of their cooking classes. Like I said, they provide consultation for those who are transitioning from a meat-based lifestyle to a plant-based, vegan, or plant-dominant lifestyle. So you guys want to make sure that you get on over there. The classes are not expensive at all. Okay. She told me about a special promotion that they're running. I want to say for the first 2 months, it's like $49 for a family. And you get a cookbook included in that rate. And then thereafter it's I think $25 a month, but that is really, really good. There's nowhere that you're going to go and find the kind of services that she provides at such an affordable rate. Okay. And not only does she teach the classes for you, but she also, depending on where you live, she reaches out to stores in your area so that you will know where you can go to shop to find the foods that you need to put in your home at an inexpensive cost. Okay. So listen, that's way more than what you're going to get anywhere else. So y'all make sure that you guys line up, go on and hit that search engine, the little browser right there, and type in www.bearsheet129.com and get your services there with Bearsheet. Okay. There's, like I said, you guys saw it for yourselves. It's a lot there. Go on and take that dive. Take the plunge. So anyway, guys, listen, we hope that we are providing you guys with content. We hope that this season has been filled with good information. We hope that we pray that you guys have enjoyed everything that we put out. And again, like I said to y'all, we have some big things coming up for you in the future. So make sure you guys stay tuned in. Make sure you stay subscribed. Make sure you like and share our pages. Make sure that you bring your family on in and listen. Let's go on and get the tea sipping ready, guys. Okay. Now, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and let you guys in on a little hot tea. So hold on to your seatbelts, put those gears in park, and let's get it rolling. We'll be right back. right, guys. So y'all seen that little smidgen of a commercial that we had on there? Guys, listen. It is Music and Media Month, guys, and I know that y'all know some of the good old-fashioned music that we used to listen to when we was younger. Okay, and so we've been having a lot of great people on the webs on the show, and so we are so excited because we have two guests tonight. Okay, one is Eric Holloway. He is a professional voice actor. Let me put that right, because it's a difference between a voiceoverologist and a voice actor. Okay, so we just gonna let y'all know that we just gave you a little bit of tea. I hope y'all picking up those teacups and taking a sip. Okay, so yes, guys, we are so excited about Eric Holloway. He is our expert advisor of the evening. Now, y'all might have seen him on our episode a couple weeks ago where we had Rod Patterson on. Eric Holloway is actually a member of my husband's group. They were in a group together along with Rod and some others. So guys, we want you guys to hear all about Eric and where he is now and how he transitioned from being in a singing group to being a professional voice actor. Listen, guys, when y'all hear some of his stuff, y'all gonna be like, what? My son had my husband and I cracking up the other night because he was like, I don't know if y'all know the Raven with what was his name? The crazy Edgar Allan Poe. My son was like, when I heard him read that, I got scared. But I tell y'all, his voice shakes like oceans. Like if you can imagine what the Bible says, like when God speaks, it's like rushes of mighty water just flowing in. That is the depth. I mean, if I can't even imagine what the Most High God's voice sounds like, but his voice is so deep, it will put some fear into you. So I don't even want to know what it's like for his kids to get in trouble from him. Anyways, guys, y'all know I'm just silly. Y'all know I'm gonna be silly, so I hope y'all are enjoying this with me. But in the meantime, in between time, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these clips that I'm telling y'all about with this voice acting. Y'all go ahead and pay attention. We'll be right back.
But the answer is coming. And that answer is...
What? Ah! I have your attention now?
Considering selling your home? Century 21 Tri-Cities has the team to help you get it done smarter and faster.
A statue symbolizes the birth of our great game. Each Saturday, our Scarlet Knights pay homage as they march into battle.
Psychologists call it the flow state. It's that feeling of being completely absorbed in your task.
They had a 100% pass rate on exit exams for 10 years running.
Gordon State College.
Anything but boring.
Yet beyond these significant accomplishments, ZT Wealth continues to look towards the future and build upon our past achievements.
You'll most likely be dropped with a kinetic battle rifle. A cheap personal defense weapon, but it gets the job done.
These are the hands that are building America. And even though technology has brought safety to construction, accidents among Hispanic workers are only rising.
Who said you could come into our town? Huh? Who said you could ruin our fun?
The vision quickly becomes a reality, with every detail built to perfection.
Such a small part. The whole time I'm inside the barrels. And the barrels are made of oak. I'm allergic to oak. I got such a rash.
Hialeah Bark and Warriors Boxing present an exclusive Fight Night Special Edition.
Click here to visit manscaped.com and get a free toiletry bag with your online order.
If these wolves could talk, I know what they would say.
Okay, y'all heard that, right? Listen, this is the man of the hour. Okay, we have him on the show tonight. Y'all get ready to get that deep baritone voice firsthand. I just want y'all to know that. So before I bring him on, I do want to read his bio to you. Okay, Eric is a voice talent with a deep and velvety smooth voice that commands attention. That's no lie. He honed his acting skills performing on stage. This discipline and versatility has made it possible for Eric to achieve success and pleasing thousands of clients from all over the world, all walks of life, and at all levels of business. His integrity and professionalism and dedication to his craft are all equally recognized by clients as is his unique voice. This is so true. This is like 100% true. Okay. So guys, would you join me and welcome me to our platform, Mr. Eric Hollaway? Yeah.
Hey.
Hey. How you doing?
How you doing? I'm good. Thank you for that introduction. That was very special. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, it is our pleasure and our honor. I'm so happy to have you on the platform. I'm so glad to have you here. Listen,
I'm happy to be here.
My husband know people.
Hey, that's always good to know somebody who knows somebody.
Right. So how are you doing?
Absolutely.
I see you in the car. I'm so glad that you gave us some time out of your schedule because I know it's busy. You have a lot of big projects going on.
Yeah, it's a lot going on, but you have to have that work-life balance. So Actually what I was doing today, I was celebrating a 50th birthday with one of my voiceover friends and his family. And so I got caught between Orlando and St. Pete. So.
Yes. Yes. You know how that traffic is. It's terrible. It's terrible. Morning, noon, night, weekend, evening. It don't matter.
It don't matter. It don't matter. And it's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
I pulled over to a safe spot, quiet spot, so I could do this with you all today. And I wouldn't have missed this for nothing.
Yes. Okay, because we're ready for this tea. And I know because you're driving, you don't have your teacup. But we okay.
I don't have my well, I don't have my teacup, but I got some tea.
Hey, yeah.
I'm ready.
Listen, we okay. We'll improvise with that, honey. And
let me go and take a sip.
Okay, let's take a sip. All right. Yes. Okay, so Eric, listen, you are a man of many talents and gifts.
Thank you.
Tell us.
Praise God.
Yes, that is such a blessing.
Amen.
We want to know, how did you start? Because like I was telling the viewers before, you were in a singing group with my husband. Y'all were in a singing group together. And then you transitioned into becoming a voice actor. Tell us about the transition. How did you start?
Well, that actually happened about 20 years ago. You might know one of the guys that was in our group, or Troy might remember Mike Dunn. He was the only white guy in our group, Michael Dunn. Okay. And Michael invited me to Ted Webb's house. Ted Webb is a local celebrity DJ in Tampa Bay, if you don't know. Okay. But at the time, he used to have these karaoke parties at his house. Big karaoke fan. Mm-hmm. And Mike kept telling me, he said, man, you got to come. Everybody comes out there, business people, business owners, kind of like a who's who of Tampa Bay, right? Right. So I put it off for a while, but he kept bugging me. So I finally went one weekend, Saturday evening. And I'm telling you, I walked into Ted's house, and the first thing Ted said was, oh, man, say that again. I love your voice, So, and all I said was hello, Wow. But Ted really took a liking to my voice. We had a great time doing karaoke, and it wasn't like a bunch of people getting drunk and slobbing over a mic. These were actually people who could sing, and I didn't want to waste my time being around a bunch of people who couldn't sing, which is why I put it off so long. But it was actually a great thing. So Ted invited me over to his house after that, because he was the one that said, man, you would kill it in voiceover. Wow. And he had a little studio set up in his garage. So he invited me over and kind of showed me some things, gave me some pointers as far as equipment and how to use it and set it up. He actually helped me set up my first little tiny studio in my house. Mm-hmm. and showed me some of the websites that cater to voice actors who want to get into voice acting and do auditions and stuff like that, right? So he kind of set the ball rolling. And like I said, that was like 20 some years ago.
Wow.
I'm the kind of person that does a lot of research. So I jumped into researching everything I could learn about voiceover, the business, the rates, the who's who, different people like casting directors who might be popular or famous, all that kind of thing. And I learned so much before I actually started getting on the mic and start, talking on the mic, because I wanted to make sure if people were going to pay me, then they were getting a product that was worth being paid for.
Wow.
So, and then I finally did get on the mic, and it was a little cheap $50 Samsung mic, not Samsung, Samsung. Right. And I started the first thing I had to do was getting used to hearing my own voice being recorded. Right. Because if you haven't done it before, you sound completely different to yourself than the way everybody else hears you.
Yes.
And so I had to get used to that first. And that was kind of crazy. But once I got beyond that, I started learning stuff like mic technique and, how to caress the mic and how to read scripts and different things like that. And then I started getting some work. And it kind of trickled in here and there and started building. It was kind of like a slow snowball effect. Okay. And then it wasn't until 2016 when I was working full time, but I was doing voiceover like on the side on weekends and at night. Right. And it got to a point to where I was actually making as much doing voiceover than I was at my full-time job with overtime. What? So I had a decision to make. Yeah, I had a decision to make. And me and my wife, we talked about it and we prayed about it. Because I don't like to move unless God is moving me in that direction, right? Yes. Yes. So we prayed about it, asked some close friends to pray about it. And God spoke to me within a few months after that and kind of gave me the green light that was within his will for me to proceed with voiceover. And that's what I did. So July 1st of 2016, I went full time doing voiceover. And now get this, I had no idea where my next dollar was going to come from. Right. But I was trusting God. Yes. And I tell you, after that, it was like the floodgates opened up. And I made more money just in that 6 months that year in 2016 than I did in a full year at any job I've ever had. And it's just been a blessing ever since then. But last year during COVID, where a lot of things were going bad and wrong for a lot of people, and we even had a tough year with some losses. As far as my voiceover career, though, it was like one of the best years for me in voiceover. I was signed by 2 major voiceover agencies, and I've been doing a few projects with them ever since, which is not the usual when you first get signed with an agency. Sometimes it takes a while, right? But things started to happen kind of right away, which was a blessing, and it's just been a fun ride ever since, so I'm just enjoying this thing. I have some pretty strong established clients now who come back, and I'm meeting new people every day, getting contacted by people who just hear my work online or on TV or somewhere, and they want to hire me and work with me and stuff. So it's just been a real blessing. It's been a real blessing.
That is so amazing, because and your testimony is one that a lot of people need to hear. We have a security blanket when it comes to working in the corporate world, in the corporate arena. Right. And as miserable as we can be, the fear of jumping out like you did once you got the release from the Most High God to go forward it's like, okay, I don't know where my next dollar is going to come from. I'm not really sure about insurance or retirement
Right.
or any of these things. Like, those are the things that, real grown people deal with.
Yeah. And let me keep it real for you. I had to at one point give my job 2-week notice because I wasn't just going to quit.
Mm-hmm.
And I had set the date for me to leave
Mm-hmm.
for July 1st. And so it was around the middle of June that year, 2016. And
Mm-hmm.
even though I felt like the Lord had gave me that green light, the human part of me was still like, I don't know about this, Eric,
Yeah.
And so I finally got the nerve and walked into my boss office and gave him my 2-week notice. And the first thing he said was, well, it's about time.
Wow.
because they knew I had talent. And
Yeah.
they were like, why are you here? You
Yeah.
got so much talent. Why are you here? But still within myself, that was still a big deal to me because, like I said, I still didn't know where my next dollar was going to come from.
Right.
And so I got knots in my stomach, toward the end of that June.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my goodness. But when the Lord gave me that confirmation, my knots in my stomach went away. I didn't worry about where the next dollar was going to come from.
Right.
I just knew that I was in God's hands. He had it under control. All I had to do was trust in him, and everything was going to be all right. And so, and that's the way I proceeded. And sure enough, he just showed out, and he's been showing out ever since. And I'm just thankful.
Man, I had to take a sip of tea to that, honey, because he deserves all the tea. He deserves all the tea. And you are
he deserves it all.
Yes. Nathaniel Yasharala said, amazing. Yes, that is truly an amazing testimony. That's what Ty Break Records Mason said, big sir.
Right on.
Yes. Right on. The thing is that is what separates the greats from the ones who had potential but just didn't take the leap. Is a lot of times fear can become so paralyzing.
It'll paralyze you.
It causes you to miss out on your blessing, and then you sitting around saying, "Where's my blessing? When am I going to get it? God, you promised."
You stopped.
And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I've been told you like a year ago."
Yeah. I told you to leave this job 2 years ago. And it is a serious leap. Like they say, a leap of faith. That's all it is. It is a serious 100% leap of faith.
It is. It is.
Because it ain't in your control. It's all in his control. So it is a complete leap of faith. And that's what I did. And like I said, it's been a blessing ever since, And I encourage people, even if they have a nice voice, people might be telling you, hey, you got a nice voice. You ought to be on radio. You ought to be on TV. It's so much more than a voice when you get into this business of voiceover. And that's what it is. You have to go into it like any other business. Before I got my agents, I just got agents last year. But I've been doing voiceover for 20 years. So during that time, I wore all the hats. I was my own marketer. I was my own marketer. I was my own agent. I created my own service contract that I handed people when they wanted to work with me. So by doing that, I had to learn different laws. I had to, and I'm an LLC, I'm an LLC S Corp. So I had to register for all that. I had to, started working with an accountant, doing my taxes, making sure I was giving Uncle Sam his due so he wouldn't be chasing me, it's so many things that you have to learn besides just having a nice voice. And then you get into the aspect of the instruments that you have to use. Like I said earlier, microphone technique, knowing how to set levels, running a computer with the software for your DAW, which is your digital audio workstation. That's your DAW. And a simple DAW that most people might know of is Adobe Audition. That's what I use. That's my DAW. But on top of that, you have to have a microphone preamp, interface, all that kind of stuff. And you have to kind of understand how all of that works, because whatever sound goes into that mic for your client, for whoever, for your auditions, that's the sound that's going to come out. So if crap goes in, crap is going to come out.
Exactly.
You know, and it's got nothing to do with how nice your voice is.
Right.
You have to understand the instrumentation and the settings and all that other stuff. You know, so having a nice voice is a nice starting point, but that is certainly not the thing that's going to get you all the way there, especially when you're talking about getting representation. You know, they've heard it all. They've heard all the voices, you know. And my voice is unique, but still, there are other guys out there with deep voices. You know? So what makes it especially harder for me with a voice like mine is that I had to double down on enunciation and diction. Yeah, because the deeper your voice is, people are sitting around like, huh? What? Huh? You know? So you have to learn how to learn how to project and speak clearly, even in that deep voice, you know?
Right.
So I just encourage people, don't get stuck in fear. If you want to do voiceover or whatever you want to step away from your current job and do, don't get stuck in fear, but also learn that other job. Your craft. And it's a passion for me. It's a passion for me, using my voice. You know, that was my prayer, to be able to financially support my family using this voice that God gave me. That was my prayer. You know? So and I started singing in church when I was 5 years old.
Really?
Yeah, way back then. So I've been singing all my life, you know, and my voice changed when I was 12, 13 years old. So it's been like this pretty much since I was 12 years old. And but that was a big adjustment for me to learn how to navigate what I had. I didn't realize what I had, you know, until I really became an adult and got into the adult world. But I remember in high school, my chorus teacher used to chase me around school trying to get me to join the chorus. And I just wasn't having it. You know, I'm in high school. I'm trying to have fun, you know. But he knew as an adult what I had in my voice.
Yes.
And it was people like that along the way in my life that helped me understand what I had, this gift that God gave me. So I don't take it for granted, you know, and I don't use it for ill will. And but I do recognize there is a certain amount of power in my voice because of the way it is. And you was right. I can definitely scare somebody with it.
Listen, our son Jalen was like, "Did y'all hear him?" Because he just put a comment in there. He said, "I pretty much like review every single one of your voiceovers." Jalen our son. He said, "Extremely talented. I've seen almost all your projects." And the one with the Raven, he was like, boy, he said that Edgar Allan Poe, he said that put the thing. He said that thing.
Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
But and that was something that I did. You know, I started doing YouTube videos back when YouTube first came out. And you know, I've always been kind of a, you know, geek in that sense with computers and stuff like that. So when YouTube first started, I was like, man, I want to do something with this new platform, you know? So I started out doing Christmas songs. So I started off doing Christmas songs, and every year I would do 1 or 2 Christmas songs for about the first 3 years, right?
Oh wow.
And then people started requesting different songs. And that's how my channel started. It developed from that because people started requesting songs. Some of those songs I never even heard of, but I would take the time to listen to them, research them, and then I would put my own little spin on them.
Right.
And that's when I got into this thing called multi-tracking, where I'm singing all 5 parts, you know, from top to bottom. And I'm harmonizing with myself pretty much. And I learned how to do multi-tracking, and then I started doing a lot of multi-tracking. So if you go to my YouTube channel,
oh, we
you'll
getting
see
ready
a
to
lot of my
listen to
videos.
it right now. We getting ready to go ahead and let the people know. Okay.
Okay.
He's not
All
just
right.
a professional voice actor, y'all. This man is a singer too. Okay.
Okay.
So let's tune in. Let's tune in. Let's see what you got. What you
Lost lockdown, but I won't shut down, no, 'cause I got the God of the world living in me. He said, hail the hand-born Prince of Peace, hail the Son of Righteousness. I cast my mind to Calvary, where Jesus bled and died for me. Some people say a man is made out of mud. A poor man's made out of muscle and blood. We've known less days to sing God's praise. Happy birthday, Old Man River. That Old Man River. Woe to him, forgive our friend.
wow. Wow. The range is crazy. Your range is crazy. I would not have thought that you could go from being so deep down and then you can go so high up. We actually played the Elmo clip that you did where you did the yes, for our granddaughter, and we were like, does he sound like Elmo? She said yes. She was so excited. I wish that we would have recorded that because she was like smiling. It was like, whoa.
Yeah. I try to, and I tell people, I try to use every bit of what God gave me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I was blessed with. Right now, I'm right under 5 octaves as far as my range.
Wow.
And a lot of people in the singing community that know my voice and my videos, they know that a lot of, because like a lot of guys, they get into the deep voice, and I get all that.
Right.
But I tell them it's more than just hitting a note.
Right.
I like to deal with usable notes. What can you use in a song?
Right.
And so I try to practice what I preach. So when you hear me singing, whether it's high or low, it's all usable notes, And so I love doing like the Elmo voice. I used to read to our kids when they were little. And that was such a joy for me to read bedtime stories to them and create all these different voices, character voices for them reading these books.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have grandkids, and I did the same thing for them. And my daughter actually started a bookstore a few years back, and sometimes she'll get me to read children's books. It's a children's bookstore called Cultured Books. Yeah, and sometimes she'll get me to read like personally at her store location. Mm-hmm. I've done it online a few times because she teamed up with the city of St. Pete.
I was going to ask you where her store is.
Yeah, it's in St. Petersburg, It's
Okay.
called Cultured Books. If you just go to culturedbooks.com,
Okay.
you can learn all about her and her mission.
Awesome.
And it's such a worthy cause. And a lot of people think it's just for Black children, but it's for all children.
Correct.
You know, because Black children, of course, need to understand their heritage and where they come from.
Right.
But little white kids need to also understand, you know, and little Asian kids and everybody. So it's a kids bookstore. It's not just a Black kids bookstore. And so a lot of people have finally got that message.
Okay.
In her marketing and stuff like that. But yeah, culturedbooks.com. And yeah, check that out and give her some support, show her some love.
Absolutely.
She's really doing some amazing things with that.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so I would use a lot of those character voices to just entertain children, you know, reading books, and putting my own kind of flair into it, you know. And then I know you mentioned something in my introduction about not just being a voiceover artist, but also a voice actor.
Yes.
And you're so right. It's such a big difference.
It's a huge difference
between just being a voice actor and a voiceover talent, you know.
Right.
Because as a voice actor, and this goes back to what I was saying earlier about just learning the craft and learning some stuff. I actually took improv classes, some acting classes, you know, because that's only going to enhance your abilities, you know, because even in a 30-second ad, there's a sense of acting in the words that you're saying, you know, and you may not pick up on it, but it's there.
Yeah.
And when you start marketing yourself to agencies, trying to get an agent or a manager, they know what that sounds like. They know what the difference is. And so I would also encourage people who want to get into voiceover, get into an improv class, start learning improv, get into your local college, and take a acting class, you know, for a semester or two, just to get your feet wet. You know, and it'll introduce you to some of the things that go into learning how to be a good voice actor. You know, but the musicality is another thing. If you have musicality, there's musicality in speech. There's cadence in speech. And so there are beats when you speak. You know, and everybody has their own particular style and beat and cadence when they speak naturally, but in voiceover, all of that applies just as well. So if you have some musicality, that will actually help you in the voiceover world, because you already understand cadence and beat and nuance and you know, adding drama, you know, to the read and all that other stuff.
I love it.
Yeah, so that kind of gives you a leg up if you have musicality, even if you may not be a singer, but you might be a musician or an instrumentalist. That's the same thing. That'll give you a better understanding and a leg up if you actually want to get into voice acting. So, but the learning is not hard, though. I know some people cringe when they think they got to learn a bunch of stuff, especially if they're older. But it's not hard, especially if this is really a passion that you have, a desire that you have. It's not really a hard learning curve to do those things and to get yourself positioned to be the most successful you can be. You know.
Exactly.
But beyond all the technique and the learning that I can do myself, I still trust God with all of it. That's the bottom line, you know.
That's key.
Yeah. For me, it is.
Yeah, it's key. It's key for those of us who believe, is because there are absolutely times where you, on your journey, you know, you like, okay, am I supposed to do this? And it can get scary. So you need to have that faith and know that, you know, you believe that the Most High God is leading you, you know, and because he wants what's best for us, he's not going to lead us down the wrong path. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to lead us off of a cliff, you know, none of that. So that faith in the Most High God is very important. Let's see, tie break records. Mason said, "Does Toastmasters help?"
I've never been involved with Toastmasters, but I'm familiar with it.
Okay.
I would just encourage you to look into what they're offering.
Okay.
And, at some point you have to decide what's good for you and what's not as far as learning. But I can definitely tell you, you cannot go wrong if you take an acting class or some improv classes.
Okay. Awesome.
So
awesome.
that's kind of like just basic ground floor,
Yes.
And then build up from there. One thing I tell people, when I was a kid, I grew up with some brothers, and we're all kind of close in age. So when I was a kid, Saturday morning cartoons was like our weekend.
Everything. Yes.
And we would sit around and imitate all those crazy cartoon character voices and this and that, the Super Friends and Bugs Bunny and all them kind of people, and little did I know that I was actually training for what God had planned for me at this time in my life, way back then.
Yes.
Because all of that stuff comes into play now when I'm doing these character voices, because just like, any athlete, you have what you call muscle memory.
Right.
And so I was actually developing muscle memory in my larynx and my throat. And I think that might have been a big part of why I'm able to flex my voice into the different octaves that I can, because way back when I was a kid and then all throughout my life, I used to play with my voice like that. Imitating people, mimicking people, and, I had a lot of fun with it, but I was training my larynx, and my vocal cords, and I didn't even know it,
Oh my God.
So even when my voice changed and dropped to the floor, the muscle memory was still there in my voice, that I could do those things.
Right.
So if I wanted to talk like Elmo, I could just start doing it.
Oh my goodness. I wish my grandbaby was here. She would be like tripping.
So it's just something you just snap and go to it. You don't have to think about it. It's the muscle memory. It's there.
Exactly.
So practice. Just like anything else you want to get good at. Practice, and practice some more.
Awesome.
Some of you might know what cold reads are. Do cold reads. That's when you open up a book on any page in any chapter, never read it before, and just start reading. And try not to make any mistakes. And that will improve you when you start going through these scripts, because when you get in a session, you're on somebody's clock and they're paying you. And they don't have time to sit there and wait for you to try to get the word right, and you're stumbling over words and this and that, even though you never read it before.
Right.
But that doesn't happen a lot in voiceover, where you don't get the script ahead of time.
Right.
But sometimes it does, and you have to be ready when those moments occur. So start doing some cold reads, and not just something you like to read. Read something you don't like to read, because that's a different style of writing that's going to improve your development. So there's just little things like that where you can just put yourself in a better position if this is something you eventually want to do someday.
Wow, like you spilled a lot of tea, and I wish we had more time, because man, like Troy was like, he probably only got 20 minutes, so we like trying to, but I wish that we had so much more time, because like, wow, you are really giving a lot of information. Althea Weller says, so inspiring. I really needed to be here today. So yes, your story, your testimonial of how you got started and all of that is landing on the right ears, right? I have one more comment that I wanted to bring up here because it's been here for a second.
Okay.
Ty Break Records Mason said, I've been listening to your voice for years. Had no idea that you are, that this is who you are, right? Gotta give you your roses.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
I appreciate that.
Now, this is interesting because Ty is like around my sister's age. I want to say they're like 42. And we all grew up together. So for him to have been listening and following you from generations that 20 years removed, that's amazing.
I appreciate that.
10 years removed. Yeah. Yeah. So that's really awesome. And let's see here.
Well, that goes back to something else I tell people. I used to tell my kids this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it has to do with integrity.
Mm-hmm.
Always do what's right because you never know who's watching.
Right.
God is always watching, but we forget him and we're thinking about who around here is watching. But always just do what's right and say what's right.
Right.
Because you never know who is watching you and you don't know how the things you're doing are influencing people.
Exactly.
Or just bringing a smile to their day or bringing them a moment because you don't know what people have been going through, especially since last year.
Exactly.
We've all been going through something since last year.
Exactly. Yes.
So give people grace, give people some mercy. Because God gave it to us.
Exactly. So and that's what we
should give it to others.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Eric, for joining us tonight. I really appreciate it. That was like an impeccable moment of closure. You even know you was closing yourself out. But thank you so much. That is so amazing. Thank you. We have got to bring you back. Okay. We have got to bring you back for a part 2. Okay,
sounds
so
good.
That you can really oh my gosh, this is so good. I hate to end this. It's so good. Wait, guys.
Well, bring me back.
Let me drink some more of this tea, honey. Wait.
Hold on.
Yes, come through. Yes, Eric. Yes.
Hey, I appreciate this. And definitely I'll be glad to come back.
Thank you, Eric. And Nia Flynn says, thank you, sir. This was a blessing. And Ty,
you're welcome.
Yes, Ty Break Records Mason said, thank you, sir. Yes, this was awesome. This was awesome. So we will definitely see you back soon. Drive
I look
safe,
forward to it.
Please.
Thank you.
Okay, blessings to you. And we'll talk to you soon.
Blessings to you all too. Have a good night.
Good night.
All right.
Bye. Okay, guys, we have a clip for you. So stay tuned and we'll be right back.
Meet the Remote Autonomous Mobile Mark, or RAM. Alone, it creates a training environment never before executed in live drop Joint Terminal Air Controller, or JTAC, currency and initial training. With onboard cameras and sensors, the RAM allows for real-time operations and reactions at distances over 2 miles away. A U.S.-owned and operated small business with over 25 years of experience designing, developing, and integrating systems and structural upgrades for military and commercial aircraft. All architects of fate working in these walls of time. Some with massive deeds and great. Some with ornaments of rhyme. On quiet streets. In silent halls. In the wind. On the warm wooden floors. Here. There. Now. Then and always. The first thing we ask ourselves is, what do we want the student to feel? Don't worry about where you are. Focus on where you're going. Fast Track Solutions cloud-based technology gives you the freedom to instantly display ads from anywhere to one or all of your locations. It's a story about a special connection between the driver and machine. It's an attempt to compete with time, just like in our common lives. Pick6 is a trusted partner to governments, police, and intelligence agencies around the world, constantly evolving intelligence solutions to match the world's future security challenges. Pick6, the perfect interception. Do you know who I am? Do you remember me? I'm the one you count on, and yet always seem to forget about.
Okay, guys, so listen, I hope that you guys enjoyed that. That was our very own expert advisor for the week, Eric Holloway. And guys, he is a professional, as I said before, professional voice actor. Okay, so listen, we have some more good tea to spill. Okay, and back to our platform from last week is Miss Natasha Cash. Guys, I just want to read a little bit about Natasha, then we're going to show a clip and a commercial, and we'll bring her right on board. Actually, what I'll do is I'll read about her. I'll tell you guys a little bit more about her after this clip. Stay tuned.
Hey family, how y'all doing out there? By this time I know y'all know this beat and y'all know this voice. It's T-Shirts and Tea Tuesday time, guys. And it is our season 2 finale, guys. Cause it's time to break, y'all. And this is how we feel around here at T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays. Hey! Hey! And if you ain't feeling it, get on out the way. Yes! That's that tantalizing, effervescent acumen that we've been talking about around here. That good old-fashioned hot tea feeling, y'all. We feeling it. We feeling it. Yes, guys. Y'all already know that March is Music and Media Month. We have been having a fantastic time on the T-Shirts and Tea Tuesday show, paying homage to those musical legends who have left big shoes for us to fill. And we have also given y'all some good old-fashioned hot tea to sip on from our expert advisors. And guys, this is how we're feeling about tonight's lineup for y'all. And this is how we've been feeling about Music Month all month long. Music and media, that is. So y'all get this. Get into it, y'all, because it's time to pay homage to some more music legends like Bob Marley, Redemption Song, Prince, When Doves Cry, James Brown, Living in America, Nina Simone, I Wish I Knew How It Would Feel to Be Free, Marvin Gaye, Mercy, Mercy Me, Jimi Hendrix, All Along the Watchtower, Aretha Franklin, Think, Anita Baker, Giving You the Best That I've Got, and so many other black music legends that we are proud to call our own. So without further ado, guys, it's time to get down to the nitty-gritty of it all. And guys, coming back to our platform, this coming Tuesday, March 16, 2021 at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Distance Time, Miss Natasha Cash. Yes, guys, she is returning to share with us her journey in the music industry. Natasha Cash is an R&B recording artist, songwriter, and actress who is dedicated, motivated, and gifted. She has been singing and writing songs since childhood. Check her out.
Count your blessings, name them one by one, and get ready, cause I'm sure that more
That was nice, guys. That was Miss Natasha Cash, guys. And next up is Black business owner, professional voice actor, singer, and expert advisor of the evening, Mr. Eric Holloway, guys. Check him out.
But the answer is coming. And that answer is...
I have your attention now?
Considering selling your home? Century 21 Tri-Cities has the team to help you get it done smarter and faster.
And don't forget to get those teacups ready, y'all. Buckle your seatbelts and pull on up to T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays and put those gears in park, because we're bringing you the tea. And as always, don't forget to support Black businesses. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you this evening, March 16, 2021 at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Distance Time on Facebook and YouTube.
Hey, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed that little commercial. I love doing those, as I told y'all already before. And guys, listen, I am so ready to bring Miss Natasha Cash onto the platform. It's time for some tea, honey, and we're going to be spilling it for you tonight. So before I bring her on, I want to go ahead and just give you a little info, a little 411 on Miss Tasha K. Miss Tasha Cash and is an R&B recording artist, songwriter, and actress who is dedicated, motivated, and gifted. She has been singing and writing songs since childhood and continues to pursue her lifelong dream of traveling the world to share her gift. Her recordings range from soothing vocals backed by contemporary grooves to an in-your-face lyric citing to soulful and soulstree beats. Natasha is a must-hear and must-see and must meet, okay? Her music empowers people of all ages to be strong, confident, and independent. And y'all should have been able to witness that from that video we just saw, that little clip. Her songs are backed by producers that know no limits and inject your soul with power and finesse. She is an advocate for domestic violence, speaking for those that can't speak for themselves, and standing up for those who aren't able to stand on their own. She has also been passionate about people, and her motto is live life on purpose. Natasha is definitely an artist you would want to meet and greet and hear. So guys, if you will join me in welcoming to the T-Shirts and Tea platforms for the second time, Miss Natasha Cash. Hey! Hi, girl. How you doing? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Let's see what's going on. Okay, I don't have you on mute here. Let's see. Okay, Natasha, try going back out and coming back in. Okay, so guys, while we wait on Natasha to come back, you guys listen. She is so strong in her own vocals. I don't know if you guys just heard that song. I was listening to it last night because y'all know I had to put the commercial together, and I just been singing it all day. So I hope that you guys are feeling that strength and that independence that describes her. And so guys, listen, let us know how you are enjoying the show tonight. I think we have a few comments here. Let's see. Ty Break Records Mason said, bless up. Nia Flynn says, blessings, sis. Great job. Thoroughly enjoyed this. Thank you, sis. Ty says, him and the insurance guy has the same cadence. Yes, Ty. That is so true. And Ty says, I love your platform. I'm locked in for life now. Thank you so much, Ty. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have Natasha back in the studio, so we're going to go ahead and bring her in. Thank you. Hey, can you let me see, Kimmy?
Checking. Okay. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I'm ready to have fun. And so, something always got to happen when you're ready to jump into it. So, my bad.
It's okay. Listen, you know how many times we have to do that little trick, like go back out. I've had to do it.
Yes.
It's like the sound works perfectly,
Yes.
and then all of a sudden it just doesn't.
It just cut up.
Yeah. You're good. You're good.
You're gonna have fun. That's all that means.
Yes. You look so beautiful. I love the red. I love the eyes. I love it all, girl.
Yeah, thank you. I did it for you.
Hey. Yes, beauty knows beauty, honey.
Hello, come on now.
Hello. And listen, Natasha, I hope that you have your teacup ready tonight.
I will get one. Let me get my teacup because we're gonna be. I'm gonna get ready. I got it.
And we already know you the teapot, so you're gonna be spilling some good tea tonight for the people.
That's right. I'm ready.
Yes. So we heard a little bit about you in the last episode of T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays.
Yes.
You were here with your manager, Terry White, and also your business partner. Yes. And so, like, you have so many different things going on. Actually, Troy and I were just talking about you guys today, and I was like, we're definitely going. I told y'all we're gonna be reaching out. We're just trying to nail down some things real quick before we call you. Want to make sure we have all our stuff, our little ducks in a row. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I'm ready.
I love that teacup. Oh my gosh, it's so cute.
I love my butterflies.
My mom loves butterflies. That's like her favorite. And she loves butterflies. Yeah, and I got one on my bracelet too for her. Little butterfly.
Oh, see,
she loves them, so I was like, I'm gonna get that on my bracelet.
I'm gonna have to get me a butterfly. I gotta get me one too now.
Yes, hey. All right, so Natasha, I know the last time you were on the show, you were talking about how you're the only one in your family that has been given the gift to sing.
Yes.
And it's like that's super cool.
It is super cool.
It is super cool because, people, most of the times when you hear about people who have these great voices, they have a grandmother who used to sing, or a great grandmother used to sing, or an aunt or a cousin or their mom, but to be in a situation where nobody in your family was a singer too, it was definitely a God gift. God gift to you.
Absolutely. I have, so on my grandmother's side, there are 5 girls and 1 boy. And on my father's side, there's 6 boys and 2 girls. So I have a huge family. And then I have an older brother and a younger sister. So, and I don't know, 30 cousins. So I have a really huge family, and nobody. I am the singer of the family. So I say that this was definitely a gift from God.
Wow. Can you tell us, I know one of the things that you talked about is really your dream to travel the world and to bless people with your voice. So can you let us know, like, where the journey that you've taken in your music career?
Absolutely. So I grew up in church, as a lot of singers have. I grew up in church, and my first love was the drums. I've always had this thing about rhythm, and I just loved, just the feeling that it gives you when you have this melody and this beat going on. And so I started playing the drums. My grandmother brought me she bought me my first set of drums, and I started playing drums in the church. Fell in love with it. Did it for the choir and the praise team and all kinds of stuff. And so I started singing, and I would sing with my godmother. I used to hang out with my godmother all the time. I would be sitting in the back seat, and back then, it was Mariah Carey and it was and I just would be singing, and I never really paid attention to whether I could sing. I just loved to sing.
Right.
Long story short, I went to church one Friday night. My godmother had to get up and speak. And I heard her say, well, instead of me speaking, or before I speak, I'm going to have my goddaughter come up and sing. And y'all have something to be, she has something in store for you all because y'all are going to be shocked. And when I tell you, I literally couldn't move. I was in shock. I could not move.
Yeah.
She was talking about me because I was her only goddaughter in the church.
Right.
But I could not believe that she was serious about making me come up and sing. I had never sung before ever. And so I get up there and I sung, Yes, Jesus Loves Me. And everybody went bananas. My grandmother, my mom, my family, everybody went crazy. They were like, oh my God, we didn't know you could sing. I'm like, neither did I, So literally that moment, that's when I realized, hey, I might do something. So so I've been singing a very long time and it is my passion. I love it. I love writing. I love, singing, performing, entertaining. My gift has taken me across seas to Jamaica, to Canada, all across different states. I love it. I've been on stages with probably, 30, 40 different famous artists.
Wow.
And, so this has been a blessing. If I don't do anything else with my career or with my singing or with my talents, I have been blessed. And so I'm happy.
Listen, you can feel the energy that you present. It exudes from your body. I was watching your performance when I was making the announcement, the commercial last night, and I was like, okay. Then when I read your bio, I was like, man, you two, the guests that we had tonight, your bios fit you perfectly.
Oh, thank
and
you.
It's like I don't even have to have a personal relationship with you to know, because just by having that conversation, everything that's in your bio, it speaks of you very accurately.
Thank you so much.
The level of self-confidence, just standing in your person is just so inspirational.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's very inspirational. And I love the fact that you sing gospel. So you went to church, you sang in church,
yes,
and you continue to use your voice for the Most High God.
Absolutely.
I love it.
It's there's nothing like gospel music. You can sing jazz and R&B and pop and hip hop and all that stuff. And I love that music too. So don't let me not act like I don't like it. I love it. I love R&B, jazz. I love all of it. But it's just something about gospel music that just has this. It's just a move. It just moves you and touches your soul and your spirit, and just moves you to a place of peace and a place of comfort when you sing it. And so I've been singing gospel music. I'll never stop singing gospel music, even though I do present myself as an R&B artist. I present myself as an R&B artist with gospel roots.
Yes.
I can't let that go.
Right. And not only that, but even as an R&B artist, the music that I've heard from you is all positive. It has like a message.
Thank you.
And that's something that we were talking about before. I can't remember if it was with you and Terry or if it was with our guest before. But we were talking about music not really having a substance, a message that it speaks anymore. And when I was growing up, I can say for at least me, even rap had some sort of positive message that it was trying to project, inject into the people.
Right. Absolutely.
So I love the fact that you didn't compromise on that either.
I do not. I always, whenever we write, I always want to and my intentions are to always have a message in my music. I want it to flow. I want people to be able to understand what I'm saying. I want to touch people's hearts. I feel like a lot goes into writing and producing and mastering and performing. And I don't want to get up there and, just do anything.
Right.
Anybody can just do anything. So I want to have a reason for what I do. And I want people to be touched by what I do. And that's what's important to me.
I love it.
Yeah. So that's why I do.
That is so cool. And so can you tell us because there are a lot of people that might aspire to, if they have the ability or the gift to sing, they want to be singers. Can you tell the people what is the significance and just in knowing more than just how to sing when it comes to being in the music industry? I know you said that you write, you teach vocals. I mean, there are so many different perspectives on it. And I know that you even said how you've learned how to use the mixing table and all of those things. So can you speak to, being diverse in the music industry?
Absolutely. There's so much out there to learn that you never want to put yourself in a box. I've always been the type of person that I don't just want to be a performer or a singer. I want to know the management side of it. I want to know the production side of it. I want to write songs so that I can say, hey, I actually wrote this song. I want to be a part of the music. I want to inject my soul into the melody and the movement of the music. And I think that being a great artist means that you are serious about your craft and you're not just sitting back waiting until you're called to the microphone.
Right.
The entire process is what makes people so awesome. I think about people like Prince, who he wrote millions of songs, and he also played the guitar, and he was also a dancer, and he just the
everything,
exactly the entire package. And I look at people like that have had longevity in the business, and that's what I pattern myself after. When 20 years from now, when I listen to the songs that we made 20 years ago, I still want to be excited about what I did 20 years ago. So I can be excited and say, hey, I wrote that. And I helped produce that, and I was a part of the music, and I was there when it was music. And so I want to be able to say all of that. I just want to know, pop my collar, a little bit. Exactly. I want to pop my collar when it's time to talk about, what I've done. So yeah, it's important. It's important. Thank you.
I love it. And that's a good message for people to hear. Because you have some that just focus solely on the fact that they have a beautiful voice, that they have the ability to sing, and they just want to get a music contract, not really understanding the importance of being well-rounded and knowing the industry and moving into different streams or different avenues in the music industry. Well, so I have another question to ask you. Okay, so I know that you write music. What is your inspiration?
Oh my goodness. Love. I head over heels, crazy in love. That is definitely my inspiration. My children are my inspiration. I definitely want to make music that they can be proud of, that they, I'll tell you this quick story. So when TW and I first started working together, our first project was a gospel album. And I think we put like 18 songs on this album because our chemistry just was amazing.
Right.
And we just started writing and doing music and all this stuff. And that was in 2008.
Okay. Wow.
And it is now 2021. And my children, I have a 23-year-old, a 22-year-old, and a 15-year-old. My children know every lyric to my gospel album. Now that right there,
that is, yes.
So when your children can put in, my daughter has my CD in her car.
Oh my God.
Yes, she does not take it out. So she has a 6 disc. So of course she's going to rotate them.
Yes.
Mommy is not coming out of number 1. So that makes me very proud.
Oh, I love it. Yes. That's like, you could just drop the mic and just be like,
I was going to sip my tea.
Hello, let's sip some tea.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. Now, like I told the people before you came on to the platform, I said, listen, the song Stand, I played it last night. You saw I put a portion of it in a voiceover, and I'm just like, never let you down. That's all day. That's all day. So tell us what was your inspiration behind writing that song?
So first of all, the song started out as just a gospel song, and we wanted, to encourage people, during this pandemic, hard times people are suffering and going through. We want to encourage people to, you know, stand up. And if you love the Lord, you know he reigns, then you know that all power is in his name. So you have nothing to worry about. And then we started experiencing a lot of the Black Lives Matter situations with Ahmaud Arbery and George Floyd and so many others that have lost their lives to senseless police brutality and police violence. And we started saying, you know, the church needs to get involved more. You know, we need our pastors, we need our leaders, we need people praying for our young people, and not just Black people, but people in general, for our community, for our nation. We need people to stand up. And who better to stand up than the people that say, you know, they're for Christ and they're for you know, unity and the community and making change and making a difference. And so we kind of shifted the song to include, you know, some Black Lives Matter. And it just became a thing. We got super excited. And the artist that you hear rapping on the song is actually Terry White's brother. His name is Dion. Yes. I asked him to be on the song, and he was like, okay, sis, I got you. He came in the studio, and I think it was maybe one take, maybe two takes, and he was done. And I was like, okay, you did that.
My gosh. Yes, it was lit. Okay, I loved it. I'm like, and I'm watching y'all dance. I'm like, hey.
We had a blast making the video. We had so much fun.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and watch a clip of the video. So guys, come on in and tune in, y'all.
Thank you.
I hope y'all sipping on that tea because she bringing it.
Thank
you. Yes.
To all the believers out there, if God has ever done anything for you, then this song right here is for you. Listen. For every mountain, every trial, every storm, and every battle, he's seen you through them all. So count your blessings, name them one by one, and get ready, because I'm sure there's more to come. That's what I believe. Because he's never let you down, never let you down. He's always been around, always been around. He answers every time you call, every time you call. And he will catch you if you fall, catch you if you fall. So stand up if you love the Lord and you know he reigns. Then you know that all power is in his name. Open your mouth if you're ready for change. If you believe and you're not ashamed. Stand up if you love the Lord and you know he reigns. Then you know that all power is in his name. Open your mouth if you're ready for change. If you believe and you're not ashamed. Stand up.
Yeah, you heard that. Everybody stand up like you dancing. Ain't no shame. Go and lift your hands up. All power in his name. God is our commander. Women got a woman up and then we better stand up. Sometimes I can't stand up. Some folks, they don't ever fight. Some folks fight for you for right, while others fight for Jesus Christ. Can't believe it, my oh my. We should all just testify. There's a bomb in here they had it every day. I'm just with
stand up if you love the Lord and you know he reigns. Then you know that all power is in his name. Open your mouth if you're ready for change. If you believe and you're not ashamed. Stand up if you love the Lord and you know he reigns. Then you know that all power is in his name. Open your mouth if you're ready for change. If you believe and you're not ashamed. Stand up. The time is here, the time is now to stop talking about it. Stand together, prove to everyone who ever doubted. We are equal, we are one. Together under one sun. Why does the color of our skin take you there? Can't you see that we just want to be treated fair? We lost count of all the families shouting. Don't you know? Stand up. If you love the Lord and you know he reigns, then you know that all power is in his name. Open your mouth if you're ready for change. If you believe and you're not ashamed. Stand up. If you love the Lord and you know he reigns, then you know that all power is in his name. Open your mouth if you're ready for change. stand up, oh, stand up, stand up, oh, stand up, stand up, oh, for equality and our family, for humanity.
Yes, y'all heard it here on T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays, y'all. We was back in the studio just getting it, boy.
Yes.
Yes. I hope that you guys enjoyed that. Okay, that was just a snippet of what she has done. Like, guys, remember, she has been in the industry for a long time. Okay, a long time. So obviously her stage presence and her vocals speak to that veteranship. She is a veteran in the industry. Nathaniel says, I love your voice and your stage presence is stellar. I agree. I agree. You own it. You own it. When you step on that, listen, when you stepping out and you getting ready to do what you do, you own it. Okay, you own it, and that you can see that is just, God has definitely blessed you with a beautiful voice.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
beautiful voice, not just a beautiful voice, but a very beautiful spirit.
Thank you.
I love that, your energy. I can just tell that you're very sincere and that you love what you do. Yes, Tie Break Records. Mason said energy. Yes, energy all day.
I appreciate it.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, you get an opportunity to just have fun. You have no worries, no cares. It's just, you just get to have fun. And I just love that. Music brings people from all different cultures, backgrounds, ethnicities, young, old, it doesn't matter. It's just universal. And everybody can relate to music, a beat, even if you don't know the words to the song. If you hear a beat and a beat drop, you can get all in. So yes. I love it.
It's like music reminds me a lot of like facial expressions, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can, all around the world, a smile is a smile.
Yes.
Sadness is sadness. Anger is anger.
Yep.
That is the medium for which I believe music is on, is that even though we might not speak the same language across the world,
right?
Music is that one factor that we can all gather together and appreciate.
Absolutely.
So I love it.
How many times have you seen a concert? Like, we'll talk about Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm. I was just thinking about Michael Jackson.
Chris and Japan and Korea. I mean, just all over the world.
Yes.
People, you can see people, miles and miles that that they can't speak English, but
exactly.
The music, they know all the words. They know all the words. They know all the dance moves. They ready.
Yes.
So it's universal, it's universal. And I found out that people learn, like say you don't know a language, you can learn faster if you learn to music.
Yes, that is very true.
That's so awesome. That's a whole testimony in itself. When you talk about music and it being universal, you can learn a song and you can learn those words in that song because the song touches your heart and it's passionate and you really want to, learn. So through music.
Yep, exactly. And that's actually how a lot of people teach their children. They teach their children, to read and their alphabets and numbers, how to multiply, alphabet sounds, all of that through music.
Yes, it works.
Yes, it does.
It works.
It does. It really does.
Yes.
I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you.
And let me ask you a question. Okay, so not only do you sing, but you also are a part of a business.
Yes.
Florida Event Source, right?
Yes.
So can you tell the people how you were able to tie your music into also being a part of this business as an executive director?
So Florida Event Source came about through my fiance, my boo, Mr. Terry White, and he does DJing, videography, photography, music, mixing, mastering, and I perform. And so
Okay.
together we bring, the best of all the world together by offering all of those services. And so we just decided to, be partners, go into business and offer services to people because we're good at what we do. Not only are we good at what we do, we bring passion with it and we bring professionalism with it. And, we have videos and proof that people enjoy our services and are satisfied with our reviews that we get from the services that we provide. And so we just decided that, somebody's going to get married, somebody's going to graduate, somebody's going to have a birthday, somebody's going to have an anniversary, and they're going to need somebody to sing. They're going to need somebody to be a DJ. They're going to need somebody to do something. And so we're like, hey, we can do that. Right. So that's how we decided to put Florida Event Source together and make it a business. And we have been blessed immensely.
Let me tell you something. And listen, when I tell y'all, I already told y'all last week, y'all need to go to their website for real. Because they offer y'all offer, as I said last week, I don't think that there's services that I have not seen that you don't offer on your site at all.
We do it all.
I love it.
Thank you. Well, it's because we have fun. We have fun with what we do. When we meet people, we put their minds at ease.
Right.
We let them know that we got this. This is not our first time doing it. We make sure that we bring ideas to the table so that they can, have a peace of mind when it comes to making choices and not having to just answer a bunch of questions. What do you want to do here? What do you want to do there? And they're like, I don't know. So we bring some ideas to the table to help, coach them through the process, so they have so many options that they feel at ease. And that's our whole intention, is to make people feel comfortable to the point that they don't have any worries, and we handle it. So
I love it. I love it. I think y'all doing the doggone thing. And it's like you have the best of both worlds because you're able to bless people with your song, your music, your talent, and also use your gifts that you've acquired over time, that ear for sound and tone to actually teach vocal lessons and golly, it's crazy how much you actually do.
I know, we say the same thing. Yes, every time we sit down and think about what do we have going on this week, we have voice lessons and we have music production and we have that. But it's all a part of the business. It's all a part of, maximizing our talents.
Yes. And there's nothing wrong with it because you guys, as you said before, you enjoy it. You love what you do. And it's evident. I sense it. Like when you guys were on last week, both of y'all was just like happy, jolly, and you would be amazed at how many people I talk to that hate going on their jobs every day.
I know. Absolutely.
They hate it.
Yeah.
So to you guys, and this is what we use this platform for. We really want to encourage Black people to start their own businesses.
Absolutely.
And to just take that leap of faith. Eric was saying prior to you, learn your craft, learn about the industry that you want to go into. You have learned your craft through experience, through time. You know what I'm saying? You've developed yourself. And like Terry was saying, sometimes he stretch you.
Yes.
So you can see how far you can go, how far you can bend, so my hope is that as many people as possible, especially when we're trying to close this Black wealth gap, really look at the things that they are really good at, they're really passionate at, and see how they can make money doing it. This is a testimony right here.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, it really is. I totally agree with you. And I think you said a whole mouthful. That was a tea moment right there.
Yes, honey. Let's sip on this tea.
Let me get some. That was a tea moment because for so long, my personal perspective of Black-owned businesses is that I just always have felt like, you look at like nail salons, you look at other businesses where people are very supportive, like the families work together. And I felt for a very long time that Black people, for whatever reason, just, I don't know, just couldn't work together, or there's always been an issue. But now we're seeing that, you know, Black people need to start supporting each other and working together. And there's so many talented Black people in this world that we need each other's support. And you know, if we just give each other a chance, be open and communicate, there's no limit to what we can achieve as a culture, as you know, a race. There's no limit to what we can achieve. And I just think that I appreciate platforms like yours that offer, you know, Black businesses and artists and people the opportunity to just share their talents, to let people know, hey, we're out here, we're doing it big.
Yes. And listen, and you know, we hear the saying all the time that, you know, we don't like to do business with Black people because they don't know how to do business. No, honey, there are a lot of Black businesses that operate in the spirit of excellence. Okay?
Absolutely.
Black excellence.
Absolutely. There are many out there. And now that Florida Event Source, we pride ourselves on being professional and down to earth. Lots of fun, happy. I mean, easy to get along with. You know, we're here to have fun. You only get one life, and we don't know when our time is coming. And so, you know, Terry and I, we live our lives to the fullest. We have fun doing everything that we do because tomorrow's not promised.
Yeah. And like you said in your bio, like your bio says, is live your life on purpose. On purpose.
Yes.
Not with purpose, on purpose.
Yes.
Because that means you've thought about it, you processed it. You're like, listen, I'm going to do this today.
Yes. I use that at work. I use that as my closing signature. And you'd be surprised how many people have messaged me and they're like, can I use that? I love that. Oh my God. Because I tell them, have a wonderful day on purpose.
Yeah.
You have a choice. You have a choice to decide how your day goes, whether you're going to let somebody make you upset and cause you to be angry for the rest of the day, or you can say, I'm not going to let anything penetrate my personal space. That's negative. And I'm going to be happy. I choose to be happy. So I'm going to be happy and have a wonderful day on purpose.
Exactly. Now, Natasha, let me ask you this. Understanding the music industry, what can you tell new or aspiring artists, or even those who have been in the, you know, the music industry for a couple of years, about pitfalls to avoid?
That's a good question. Pitfalls to avoid would be jumping into something quick. You know, always do your research, always understand what you're getting into. Don't be quick to sign a contract, or don't even be quick to jump into something with the very first person that you meet.
Right.
You know, do your due diligence, ask questions, as many questions as you can. You know, take baby steps, go slow about it, and make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. Because everybody that looks like, you know, they could be the one, they're not necessarily the one. Right. And you have to be, you know, you have to have your eyes open and your guards up. You know, you can't just let your guards down with anybody. And so I would say avoid jumping into things quickly, avoid signing a contract before you understand what you're signing. You know, get out there and see what's happening. You know, go out to concerts and shows and see how people do things and get to understand the business before you just jump into it. And that way you can make an educated and informed decision about what you're getting into.
Right. Oh my goodness. Honey, if y'all ain't doing nothing else, y'all better have caught that.
Thank you.
That was a tea sipping moment right there, honey.
Thank you.
Tea sipping moment. Now, in all of the time that you've been in the industry, do you have any regrets?
Wow.
Do you have any regrets or do-overs?
I have no regrets. Everything that I have experienced has been wonderful. Even in the times I felt like that didn't go so well. It was a learning experience. It was a learning opportunity. And I wouldn't change anything for the world. I have literally, I mean, I've sung with so many amazing people that, you know, Kirk Franklin, Fred Hammond, Yolanda Adams. The list goes on and on. Donald Lawrence, Tamala Mann, Tina, American Campbell. It just goes on and on. So I have been blessed to be amongst so many amazing people, and I have learned a lot. And so my journey has, just being passionate about what I do has allowed me and afforded me the opportunities to be in those spaces with so many amazing people. So I don't regret any of it. All of it has been awesome.
I love it. Now, can you tell the people what is your favorite song and why?
Oh my goodness, you're gonna make me choose a favorite song? Oh my gosh, that is a wonderful question.
Of yours.
Oh, a favorite song of mine?
Yes.
That's still a hard question.
Yeah, you got a lot.
Well, right now I would probably say Stand Up. Now I'm not saying it because you just played it. I'm saying
I love it.
It has a great message. I think crosses different boundaries and different, has a good message to it. And I think a lot of people can relate to it. And so right now I would probably say Stand Up is my favorite song.
And you can get down.
Get a little stand up. Yes, exactly. I love when my brother Crown Dion comes in and give me a chance to bounce a little bit.
Hey.
Oh yes.
Yes, let me tell you something, girl. I think I was jamming to that song last night because I woke up and it was still in my head. I'm like, okay. Oh,
that's so awesome. That is so awesome. I think when we started writing the song, it literally was in our head for like weeks. I would wake up. This Stand Up has been one of the songs that, you know how you write lyrics and then you have to go back to them to kind of remember what you wrote. Stand Up was one of the songs that I can honestly say, after I started writing the lyrics, they just became just a part of my spirit and a part of my heart. I can remember them. I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a good song. So I definitely love Stand Up.
I love it. And it's like, he'll never let you down. Okay, you just like, that's just over and over. Like, that's your motivation. Like, you have to remember, because sometimes we have to remind ourselves.
Absolutely.
We forget. Especially in those times where you have, those dark days, those rainy seasons, cloudy seasons. And it's like, even when we're going through that, we somehow get amnesia at how the Most High God brought us through the last time.
Come on now.
And so we have to have songs like that to kind of bring us back. Like, hey, wait, refocus.
Absolutely.
He
got this. And you know what? I think the other thing we have to remember is that he never promised us that we wouldn't have, not so good days. He never promised that. But what he did promise is that he would never leave us. So what we've been through, regardless of what it looks like, he still has the whole wide world in the palm of his hand.
Exactly. Yes, ma'am.
We got to trust and know who we serve.
Exactly. And the scripture where it says all things work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose.
Amen.
Listen, that's the good, the bad, and the ugly. And that's one thing that I'm learning now. I used to hear older people say, and people who have reached their level of success that they charted out for themselves. Like, I'm thankful for all of the hard times. I'm thankful for all of the trials and the tribulations.
That's right.
I understand now what that meant. I'm like, what you thankful for that? But now I understand, like, in my older years, that you cannot get to that level of success that the Most High God has charted for you unless you go through those hard times.
That's right. You got to experience some things so you can strong, and you got to know where your faith lies. You can't look at it because that'll throw you off.
Come on. Yes.
For God to make you strong, and that means trusting in him and just walking through it and know that he's going to carry you through it.
Yes. Come on, now. We can relax. We could be in the boat with the water, shaking the boat, and we could be knocked out asleep knowing that, like, listen, he got us. God got us.
He got us.
Yes. Okay, so now let me ask you, Natasha, what's next for you? Like, what do you have coming up? What's going on? Any big things, any big news that you can share with us?
Absolutely. So we are currently working on a gospel project. It's going to have 10 songs. Stand Up will be on the project. So we're out for that. And so when I tell you this album has been so amazing, the writing, the music, the production, my background singers, I mean, everybody has been so supportive, and it's just been awesome. It's just been going so smoothly. Wow. And it's been amazing. I think God has just imparted into myself and into Terry just some words of wisdom to be a blessing to people. And this project is off the chain. I'm telling you, it's off the chain.
Honey, listen.
Yes.
We can't wait. And I cannot wait to make sure that we have you guys on the platform to debut your album.
Yes.
I would love it if you guys would come back.
Yes, absolutely.
Listen and go ahead and just sprinkle a little bit for the people.
We can do that. We can do that. Yes,
give a little drizzle.
Yes. Now, if you were to ask me what's my favorite song on this project, I honestly would not be able to.
Oh my gosh,
it's just that nice. And I
can't wait.
A little brag, just a little brag.
Okay.
Yes. We had so much fun, writing and making it. Just when you start thinking about the blessings that God has imparted into your life and how He's just carrying us, even during this pandemic, even during this this turmoil of 2020, God has still been amazing.
Right, exactly. Yes.
Amazing. And so we have so much still to be thankful for, and that's what this project is about.
Oh my gosh, we cannot wait! Y'all heard that? They're working on a gospel album, guys. So make sure that you set aside some coins to go ahead and make sure you can drop it so you can go ahead and get this music. This is gonna be on I'm sure I already know that it's gonna be good.
Thank you so much.
The stuff that you do is it like when you sing at the comedy show my husband did, like, you just listen, you embody, you embody, you can tell that this is your gift. This is your gift. And so we really want to thank you for coming on to TeeShirtz and Tea Tuesdays again for the second week in a row.
Thank you. But thank you
for a friend of the show.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I appreciate the love. And thank you so much for having me. Thank you for having Terry and I. We've had such a great time. This is awesome.
Gosh. I can't wait to have y'all back. And as I said, we will definitely be in touch. Like I said, my husband and I just talked today, and we were like, definitely got to have you guys involved in this project.
Okay.
And we can't wait to get with you and talk to you about it. We are really seriously strong about supporting other Black businesses.
Likewise.
In every way possible.
Yes. And we do the same. So
I love it.
We look forward to working together. Anything we can do to help y'all, get your project or your event off, to a great start. We are here for you.
I'm glad, honey, because we're gonna be calling.
We're gonna be answering.
My goodness, that's a tea time for you. Okay. Oh my God.
Yes.
Man, that was great. Listen, we're gonna have to hang out outside of the show because we just like right here.
I love it.
We're right here. Okay, so Natasha, I do not want to hold you up any longer. Do you have anything that you would like to leave the people with before you leave?
I just want to tell everybody, thank you so much. I appreciate everyone for, listening, paying attention to Natasha Cash, the Florida Event Source. Make sure you check out fleventsource.com, natashacash.com. And we do a podcast on Sundays at 6 p.m. So if you're not busy, check out beyondthechat.com.
Okay.
Yes, we have a lot of fun as well. But again, I loved the show. So thank you so much for having me. It's been a blessing, and I look forward to the future.
All right, honey. We're looking forward to having you back. I'm looking forward to hanging out with you and just chatting it up and having our girl time and just enjoying one another.
Yes.
All right. So Natasha, we will see you soon. God bless you and your family, and enjoy the rest of your week.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye.
Listen, guys, that was amazing. That was an amazing segment with Miss Natasha Cash. I hope that you guys heard something tonight that is inspirational to you, something that motivates you to move in the direction of entrepreneurship or business ownership, or if you're not even ready for those steps yet, just supporting more Black businesses as you find more Black businesses to patronize on BIMP Corporation's T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays, as well as BIMP on the Spot with Brittany Lawrence. Guys, listen, we are so grateful that you tuned in tonight. We thank you that you tuned in for our season 2 finale of T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays. Guys, this is 2 seasons done. Oh my gosh, I am super excited. And so please make sure that you tune in on Thursday evening for BIMP on the Spot with Brittany Lawrence. There an exclusive interview with Siobhan Monique, as well as a special guest coming up on Thursday evening, March 18th. In the meantime, in between time, tonight I am drinking Hella Tea, watermelon flavor. I told y'all this is my favorite. I have a whole bunch of other different teas in my pantry, but this is the go-to for T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays. And tonight's T-shirt is BIMP Corporations by Black. And so guys, listen, next season we'll be having a lot of giveaways for season 3. So make sure that you are ready. Make sure you keep your teacups ready. Make sure you are here and present, because we will be back with you in 3 weeks. We're not going to leave you without content. We are going to do some reboots. We will still be posting on social media. So make sure that you follow us, that you like and share, that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are on pretty much every major social media platform, including Twitter. And so guys, listen, we're also on TikTok. So if you're over on TikTok, make sure you hit us up. All right. With all of that being said, thank you for joining us, and we will see you in 3 weeks. See you guys. Good night.